Good afternoon, everyone. Brooke here. We're going to do a 30-minute advanced Pilates workout. A bit more core focus than I normally do. We're going to spend a little more time on the abdominals, and also on your upper back, which is actually part of your core as well. So we're going to use a little bit of equipment, optional. Got a soft ball and a set of light weights. So if you have those to hand, go ahead and grab them. If you don't have a ball, go ahead and grab a cushion or a rolled up towel or something instead, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So we'll start standing, coming to the end of your mat. We're going to start with a few different plank variations. I want you to check that your toes and heels are in a line and that your feet are about hip width apart. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms overhead, and then as you breathe out, come up onto your toes, just finding your balance, drawing in with the abdominals, and then reach your arms out to the side as you slowly drop your heels down to the mat. Drop your chin to your chest, around the spine, and start rolling down over your legs. Just stretching into the back of the hamstring. Nod your head to relax the back of the neck, and then shake your head side to side. Good. Now bend your knees, get your hands down, and we're going to start swapping the hands forward, breathing out as you come forward. Good. From here, we're going to relax the shoulders down away from the ears. I'm going to lift your right leg up, press into the left heel, drop your right knee down to your left elbow. Inhale, lift the leg high, stretching into the back foot. Exhale, drop the knee under the body. Two more. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower, and then come back to your plank. Just realign, make sure your head is up, the hips haven't popped up too high, and then change legs. Lift your left leg up. Try to press into your right heel. Drop the left knee to the right elbow. Try to keep that right leg straight. You're supporting leg. Lift and lower. Two more. From high to low. Last one. Reaching the toe tall, and then dropping it under the body. Come back into your plank. Then lift the hips all the way up. Press into your heels. Hold your stretch for a deep breath in. Walk your hands back towards your feet and round your spine. Articulate as you roll all the way back up to standing. Good. Shoulders and head come up last. I'm going to lace the hands behind your back. Lift the arms up, really open up the chest. And then keeping your legs straight, hinge your chest forward. Dropping the arms away from the body. Let the head relax for a moment. Inhale. And then as you exhale, try to let the arms fall a little further away from the body. Let the fingertips then drop down towards the mat. Bend your knees. Start walking your hands forward again. Breathing out as you come forward. Lift the head. Slide the shoulders down away from the ears. I'm going to set the right knee in, but don't touch it down from that mat. Left knee in. Right leg back. Left leg back. Just step forward and back and back. Two more. Right knee forward. Left knee comes forward. Belly button in tight. Right leg back. And then the left. Last one. Forward, back, and back. Now we're going to do the same with the hands. We're just going to step the right hand forward, left hand forward, right hand back, left hand back. Again, we go forward, back, and back. Two more. Right and left, back, and back. Last one. Try not to let the hips hike up. Come back and hold. Now lower your knees down. Sit back onto your heels for a big stretch of the arms. Big breath in. And then come forward onto your elbows. Lace your fingers together. We're going to tuck the toes, lift your knees up. Make sure the hips are low, quite close to the mat. Lift your head up. And then just reach that left toe nice and long and lift your left leg up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now change feet. Point the right toes. Lift up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tuck the toes under. Now we're going to lower the knees down. Exhale, lift them back up. Inhale, drop the knees. Try to keep the hips low. Exhale, lift. Two more there. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Knees down. Knees up and hold. Now make sure your feet are together. Your inner thighs are touching. I'm going to roll over to the right edge of your foot. Drop your right hip down. Roll over your toes to the left edge of the foot. Drop your left hip down. Rolling over to the right. Back through the center to the left. Back through the center. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come back to that center point. Drop your knees and sit back onto your heels. Just stretch out your arms. Rest your forehead for a moment. Good. Now the last plank variation. We're going to come back up to your hands. Tuck your toes under. Lift the knees up. So into a high plank. And we're going to turn the knee out to the side towards that shoulder. Alternate sides. So really open the hip, knee up towards the shoulder. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3. Also working the upper body here. 2 and 1. Take the toes back together. Lower the knees down to the mat. And just spin yourself around. So you're coming back onto your back. Just yourself to the middle of your mat. Good. Take the head and shoulders down. They're going to breathe out. I'm going to first lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Reach your hands to the wall in front of you. Then stretch your legs long. Turn your toes out. Heels touching, toes apart. And start pumping the arms. Breathing in for 4 beats. And then breathe out for 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and up. Now keep your legs long and straight. Keep the heels touching. There should be a little V between your heels. So your toes are turned out. We've got the inner thighs working and the belly button pulling down. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and up. Now we're going to add a little more challenge if you want to make a little. We're just lower your right leg down and then exhale, lift it back up. Lower your left leg down. Inhale, exhale, lift. We're going to go one more time each leg. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Last one, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. Great. Now drop your shoulders, pull your knees in, take a big breath. And then take your hands behind your head. Open your elbows wide. We're going to lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. And I want you to twist. Connect your elbow to the opposite knee as you stretch one leg straight. Change, twist. Again, try to connect elbow to knee. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I want you to hold the next one and then lower the shape of the legs down and up. Hinge at the hips. Change sides. Hold. Connect elbow to knee and then lower the leg and the knee down and back up again. Change and hold. Drop the legs down. Exhale, lift. Switch and hold. Lower the legs down. Exhale up. Go one more time each way. Twist. Hold elbows wide. Drop the hips. Lift that knee back up to the elbow. Change and hold. Last one. Down and up. Now drop your shoulders. Hug your knees in. And then stretch your arms over your head. Extend your legs out long. And really just lift your rib cage. So stretching out your abdominals for a big inhale. And then as you exhale, lift the hands. Lift your head. Start curling your spine up off the mat. And stretch forward. Just stretching into the back. The legs rounding the spine. Breathe in, articulate into a nice long straight back, and then exhale, round the spine and roll yourself down once again. Now this time as you come down, grab your weights. And then have the weights in your hands. Reach the arms behind you once again. Take a big inhale, and then exhale. Lift the hands, lift the head. Peel your spine up and reach forward. Breathe in, straighten up the back. Breathe out around the spine. Control as you roll down bone by bone. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, rolling up once again. Reach forward. Inhale, straighten up the back. And we're going to exhale, we're going to come halfway back and hold here. Now lift your arms up to the ears. Then inhale, lower the arms back down. So go click lower, scoop the belly button in. You gotta lift both arms up to the ears. Inhale, lower. We're gonna do 3 more there, breathing out. And then really anchor the feet down to the mat. Last 2, lift and lower. Let's hold the last one up to the ears. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can roll your upper body down without dropping the arms down to the legs. And then reach your arms behind you. Take another big inhale. So another variation, we're going to lift the hands, lift the head again, curl your spine up, reach forward, breathe in, straighten the back, breathe around the spine, and then turn to your left, look over that shoulder. Breathe in, come back to the center, turn to the right, look over the right shoulder. Just reach the arms out to the back corner of the room, twist and center and twist and center. Let's aim for 4 more. I want you to point your toes, squeeze the legs together, really lengthen your legs. Over the shoulder, back to the center. 1 more each way, twist and center. Last one, we twist and center and hold. Go down an inch, and then come all the way down. Reach the arms behind you. And then just pop your weights over to the side. You need to grab your ball. And we're just going to hug your knees into your chest. Just have the ball on top of your knees. We're going to come into our double leg stretch. So first we lift our head and shoulders up off the mat. Draw your chin to your chest. Keep your lower back flat on the mat, and then breathe out, squeezing the ball. Extend your arms and legs. Breathe in, again, tap the ball on top of the knees. Breathe out, stretch the arms and legs. Stay here 6 more. And reach and tuck. Last 5. And 4. 3. 2. And I want you to hold the last one. Let your shoulders and head come down to the mat. Keep the belly button pulled in tight. Lower the arms and legs towards the floor. Then exhale, lift everything back up. Try to keep the rib cage buttoned down to the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Now, if you need to modify it all, if it's getting into the lower back, just bend your knees. Have your feet a little closer to your hips. So there's less of a slightly shorter lever to support with those abdominals. Or you can make the movement a little bit smaller, not coming down as low to the floor. 2 more. Again, use the breath. Inhale down. Exhale, lifting those limbs back up. Last one. Breathe in to lower and out to lift. Pull your knees to your chest or your chin to your chest. Add a little momentum, and we're going to roll up to sit. Now, I want you to place the ball between your ankles and come down onto your elbows. Pull your knees into your chest. Scoop and hollow the core muscles to really lift up out of your shoulders, to really open up your collarbone. Keep your chin nice and high, and stretch your legs out. Squeeze the ball, scoop the belly button in tight. Breathe in, bend the knees. And again, extend, stretch and hold, and then bend knees into the chest. Now adding a little twist, we're going to extend, stretch and hold, and then roll the right leg over the left. Squeeze that ball, and then inhale, lower the legs down. Exhale, lift them back up. Breathe in, take the knees back to your chest, unroll, and then breathing out, extend the legs first, and roll the left leg over the right, squeeze the ball between those ankles, inhale over the legs, exhale, lift it back up, and then pull your knees into your chest. Again, make sure you're not sinking down to the shoulders, keep lifting up and out, extend the legs, stretch them long, roll the right leg over the left, lower the shape of the legs down towards the mat, exhale, lift it back up, unroll, pull the knees in, other way, stretch the legs long with your exhale, inhale, roll the ball, left leg over the right, inhale, lower the legs down, and exhale, lift back up. Pull your knees into your chest, take a breath. Good, now we're going to come up a little bit higher and have your hands kind of touching the mat behind you. Actually, let's drop the ball and just kind of push it out of the way. Pull your knees in, and we're just going to sweep your feet along the mat and lift the legs up, pull the knees into the chest. Like you're doing a circular motion with those feet, almost like you're kind of scooping something up, lifting and then lowering the feet back down. Scoop, imagine you're on the beach and you're kind of digging a big hole with the sand with those feet. Keeping your collarbone nice and open, keeping the belly button pulled in tight. Last one in this direction. And then pull your knees into the chest. Take a deep breath in, just realign. If you don't feel comfortable on the arms, you can always drop back to the elbows if you prefer that situation, that kind of position. Now we're going to reverse the movement. So you're going to extend your legs, lower the feet down to the mat, and imagine you're kind of smoothing that sand, pulling it in. Extend the legs, lower them down, drag the heels in, pull your knees to your chest. 4 more, breathing out. Breathe in as you sweep the knees in, and then exhale as you lower the legs. Inhale as you pull the knees into the chest. Last 2. And drag it in. 1 more, stretch the legs and pull the knees in. And then let's just lower your legs down. Lift your chest up, lace the fingers behind the back. Lift the arms as you stretch forward. Good. Now that might have gotten into your hip flexors, the tops of the hips a little bit. So I want you to stretch those out briefly before we do the next set of exercises. So we're going to place the ball under your pelvis. It's not under the arch of the lower back, not sticking out too far from the tailbone. It should be right between your hip bones and your tailbone. Now you're going to pull your right knee into your chest. Balance on your ball as you extend your left leg out. Try to get your heel down onto the mat. So you should feel a stretch right through here, that front of your left hip. You really use your upper body strength to pull the knee in tight and really use your leg strength to stretch your left leg long. You'll go a little deeper into your stretch. Maybe turn the knee slightly out towards your armpit, just taking that right knee a little bit pointing to the side. Then change the legs. Left knee comes into your chest, right leg goes long. Let the heel come down to the mat. Again, use your upper body strength to hug the left knee in tight as you stretch the toe of the right foot. Turn the knee slightly towards your armpit as you pull in a little closer. Lift both knees up to this tabletop position, balancing on the ball, scooping and hollowing the abdominals. Lift your fingertips up over your shoulders and then extend your right arm, left leg out. Breathe in, come back to the center, left arm, right leg. Now, if you want to advance this a little bit, pick up your weights. Have the weights in your hands as you move the arm and leg. Out and back. Breathe out and in. Keep the lowest back rib down on the mat, just really sinking those ribs down. Shorten the distance between your ribs and hips. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to that center line. Now you lift your legs up, just straighten out the legs. We're going to take the right arm and the left foot out to the sides, out like pages of a book. Your spine is like the spine of the book. Then exhale, close everything back together. Left arm, right leg. Try to stay still and stable on your ball. Really hollow and scoop the abdominals as you extend one arm, one leg out in the opposite directions. And out. And back. Let's just go one more time each way. Right arm, left leg. Take it back to the starting point. Then left arm, right leg. And then pull it back in. And then pull both knees into your chest. Take your feet down to the mat. Lift your hips up off the ball. And roll yourself. A little momentum to roll up to sitting and pop the ball back between your knees. And give it a good squeeze. I want inner thighs working hard just to hold on tight to that ball. Reach your arms out in front of you and then bend your elbows slightly. So your arms are making a circle shape. You can see what my arms are doing. Breathe out. Tilt the pelvis, scoop your abdominals, roll yourself back. Really draw the belly button in tight and then lift your arms over your head. Inhale, lower the arms back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Stay there for 4, 3, last 2, and then hold the last one up. Now you're going to turn your shoulders to the left, open your arms out, arms go either side of the legs. Inhale, lift back up. Turn the shoulders to the right, open the arms out. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Turn to the left, open the arms out. Inhale, lift back up. Twist to the right, open. And to take the hands back together, take the hands down to your knees and straighten up your back to stretch and recover for a big breath in. Now with your next exhale, again, we're going to tilt the pelvis, gather the belly, round your spine, just scooping and hollowing, float your hands up. And from here, we go down an inch and up an inch. Tuck and lift. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and now you're going to hold the last one out. You're going to lift your heels up. Come onto your tiptoes. Turn your shoulders to the left. And we're going to go down an inch, up an inch. Squeeze the ball between the knees. Stay there for 6, 5. Keep your elbows wide, shoulders down. 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Lift the arms up over your head. Inhale, lower them back down. 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last 2, lift and lower, and 1, up and down. Take the hands back to the knees and stretch out your back. Take a big inhale. Now with your next exhale, again, we tilt the pelvis, gather the abdominals in, round your spine, float up onto your toes, lift your heels, arms making a circle in front of you, and then turn to the right. Go down an inch, up an inch, tuck and scoop the abdominals, tuck the pelvis, stay there for 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2. Try to twist a little further. Hold the last one. Now exhale, lift the arms overhead, making a circle around that head. Inhale down. 3 more. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. Last 2, lift and lower. 1 more. Arms overhead. Hold there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then take your hands back to the knees. Remove the ball and just let the knees drop out to the side. Use your elbows to press those knees down towards the mat as you hinge yourself forward. Good. All right, now drop your weights, but grab your ball and flip yourself over to all 4s. I need to place the ball between your knees. Now get your back nice and straight. So your ears are in line with your shoulders in line with your hips. Draw the belly button in and then tuck your toes under. We're going to hover the knees just an inch or so up off the mat. Scoop and hollow the core muscles. Squeeze the ball tight as you lift the pelvic floor. And then release again. Squeeze the ball. Scoop and lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, release. 1 more squeeze of the ball. And then breathe in. Lower the knees back down to the mat. Just fill the lungs, take a big breath in, and then as you breathe out, again, hover your knees, draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor, squeeze the ball in, a little sip of breath, exhale, squeeze, scoop and hollow the abdominals. Last one, breathing out, find that vacuum through the abdominals, and then inhale, lower the knees back down to the mat. Now remove your ball and pick up a weight and just hold it in your left hand. I'm going to extend your right leg back. Now reach the left arm out with that weight in the hand. Lift your left arm and right leg up and down. Stay there for 6, 5, 4. Keep the shoulders and the hips level. Keep the belly button pulled in tight. Last 2. And I want you to hold this last one. Now reach the hand and foot out to the corners of your mat and then back in line, out to the corners, out of the diagonal. Keep the foot and the hand in line with the shoulders and the hips. Stay there for 3 and 2. Last one, out and back, and then let the hand come back down up the knee. Just pass that weight into your right hand. Extend your right arm and your left leg. Draw the belly button up and away. Slide the shoulders down away from the ears. We start with a lift and lower, up and down. Right hip is directly over the right knee. Left shoulder over that left hand. Stay there for 6 and 5, 4, 3. Keep the ribs pointing towards your hips. Don't let the ribcage sink down to the mat. Hold the last one. Stretch the fingers and the toes. Reach the arms out to the corner of the mat. And back to your midline, out to the edges, back to the center. Last 3, 2, and 1. And then come back to that center line. Drop the hand, drop the knee, and open your knees out a little wider. Sink back onto your heels. Just pop the weight out of the way. Stretch your arms out. Really stretch your back. Good. Now, we're going to come all the way forward onto your front. And I want you to pick up a weight in each hand. Okay, just kind of put those weights kind of on their ends. We're going to keep the feet down to the mat. Draw your belly button in, and then we're going to try to lift the weights up. Inhale, lower and back down again. Keep the core strong. Lift the arms, lift that chest. Inhale, lower, back down. Let's aim for 4 more. Breathing out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Now, if it feels too much with the weights, just lift the arms and the chest. Just drop the weights. Last 2, lift and lower. And last 1, up and down. And once that chest comes down, if you drop the weights, pick them back up again. Now you take your feet a little bit wider out to the corners of the mat. Turn your heels in slightly towards each other. And we're going to lift the right arm and left leg. And then left arm, right leg. So doing swimming motion for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower the hands, lower the feet, lower the chest. Take your arms out to the sides now. A slight bend in your elbows, but generally the arms out almost like a T shape. Again, scoop and hold the core, then lift your chest, pull your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lower the chest down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Stay here for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3. Good. Just really strengthening and toning your upper back. Hold the last one. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower the hands, lower the chest. Take those weights now along your sides. Again, tip them on their end. We're going to lift the chest, lift the weights. Inhale, lower, back down. Exhale, lift and lower. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. And hold this last one up. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower everything down. Let's drop the weights for a moment. So I always like to remind people, if you had a mirror behind you, as often as we have a mirror in front of you, people would spend a lot more time working on their back. It's like the opposite. It's the other side of your core. It's just as important as those abdominals. None of us want lower back pain or back issues. So it's really important that we keep those muscles nice and strong. Now we're going to work on our glutes, but the glutes actually have a lot to do with lower back issues. So we're going to do a glute exercise that's actually going to also strengthen your lower back. So you again, draw your belly button up and in, relax your shoulders away from the ears, knees wide, heels together, and we're going to lift the legs up and down. Really try to get the knees up off the mat. Stay there for 6. Keep your heels squeezed tight together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower the knees down. I want you to point your toes up. You're going to lift up again. Another set for 6, 5. Try to keep your chest down. Relax the upper body. Don't pulsing up with the upper body as those knees and toes go up. That's 3, 2, and I want you to hold the last one and then stretch your legs long. Squeeze the inner thighs together. And then bend the knees, open the knees out again. Just relax the shoulders, maybe a little rock side to side. Just relieving any tension through the lower back by tilting the pelvis. And one more set, toes together. Lift the knees up for 6, 5. Keep your upper body down. 3, 2, and then hold. Stretch your legs, squeeze the inner thighs together. Try to keep those knees up off the mat. Then bend the knees go back out to the edge of the mat. One last set. Scooping the core in tight, just tilting the pelvis. Try to reach that tailbone to the wall behind you. Just kind of smooth out your lower back. And then lift the knees and the toes for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. The last one, stretch the legs long, squeeze the inner thighs. Keep the legs up off the mat. And then bend your knees. Take your hands under your shoulders. Sit back onto your heels and just stretch out your back. Stretch out your arms. Rest your forehead on the mat. And breathe. Good. Okay, now just to finish up, we're going to do one quick exercise on either side. So I want you to stretch your arms and legs out. Draw the belly button in. Imagine you're wrapping a muscle, like wrapping a corset tight around your middle. So really drawing in. We're going to lift both legs up off the mat. So your belly button's pulling in at the front. Your lower back muscles are strong at your back. And we're going to lift the top leg up. Take your hand up to the sky, up to the ceiling, and small circles with that top leg. Staying there for 6. Again, this is a core exercise. It focuses on the legs as well. But imagine your core holding you still like a vice. So you got just kind of one side here. Again, that back is working strong, and you can move that leg without moving your pelvis or your spine. Reverse the circles. Let's do 6 the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let the legs come down. I want you to bend the knee of your lower leg and come up to the elbow on your arm. I want you to lift your upper body up. Inhale, lower it back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now let's try to slide that foot out and lift a little higher, just on the outer edges, on the edges of those feet. Stay there for 4. And really lift the hips high, zip the core in tight. Last 2, lift and lower. And then last one, just lift the hand up to the ceiling, push the hips forward, and then tuck the hand through and up. Tuck and lift. Last 2. And 1. And then lower your hips down to the mat. And we're going to switch straight over to the other side. So again, we start low, close to the mat. Extend your lower arm out, shoulders back, lift both legs up. Draw the belly button in, little pelvic floor lift. Lift the top leg a touch higher, and then small circle to the top leg. So starting with just deep stabilizing muscles as we move the leg. Stay there for 4. 3, so take the hand up to the ceiling. That's 2 and 1, and then reverse it. 6 the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let those feet come down to the mat. You're going to prop yourself up onto an elbow. Bend the knee of your lower leg. Lift the top arm up to the ears. You lift the hips nice and high. Keep your shoulder right over your elbow. So you lift and lower. Lift. Now if we want to advance this, we slide that knee out. So just tuck that foot behind the front leg. Stay there for 6 and 5. Try to keep the hips stacked. Look down your body. Make sure the top hip is right on top of that lower hip. We're not twisting or tilting the pelvis. Let's hold the last one up. Reach the hand up to the ceiling and then tuck the hand through the body and lift. Tucking through. And let's really feel the obliques working as you reach that arm through the body. Stay there for 3, 2, last 1. We hold the hand up and then slowly drop the hips down. Take your knees to the front. And just take the soles of your feet together. Open your knees out to the sides. And just use your elbows to ease the knees down. Stretching into your hips. And then sit up nice and tall. So just turning so you can see how straight the back is, really arch and lift your chest. Good, then spin your feet around, coming onto your front. And we're gonna come into a cobra pose, just to stretch out the abdominals. So we come up to your elbows, squeeze your glutes, lift the abdominals, and then lift your elbows up, just really lengthening through the spine, look up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in, and then as you breathe out, slowly lower your abdominals. Imagine you're dragging your hands back, lengthening and decompressing your spine until your nose comes down to the mat. Inhale, and then exhale back up into that Sphinx pose, elbows on the mat, arms straight out in front of you. We'll lift the elbows up into that cobra pose, looking up to the ceiling, open the shoulders, squeeze the glutes, inhale, and then exhale, just lengthening the spine, slightly pulling the hands back as you reach through the crown of the head. Then take your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We're gonna come into a cat stretch, chin to chest, just round out your spine. Tuck the toes, lift your knees up, press into your heels. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Just hanging over your legs for a moment. Wrap the arms around the backs of the ankles. Nod your head yes. And shake the head no. Bend your knees, run your spine, and roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Shoulders on top of ribs, head on top of the shoulders. Inhale, lift the arms up. And just finish with the balance, coming up onto your toes, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. Arms reach out to your sides, and then just swing the arms, bend the knees, and you're all set. Hope you enjoyed that 30-minute focus advanced session for the core. We're back again on Thursday. We'll see you again soon. Bye.